Mr. Bell and Mr. Lockyer are looking at the shop because Mr. Bell wants to buy it and put in a clock shop. Lockyer has a watch that other clock masters say is unfixable. Mr. Bell will fix it. Lockyer walked into the shop and was surprised to see the shop is so clean and clocks are up. Mr. Bell had the watch done. Lockyer started looking around and wanted a clock. Mr. Bell led him to the ballerina clock. The ballerina looked just like his daughter's, Antoinette. He bought it. Mrs. Sutherland comes in the shop and asks if Mr. Bell would make her husband a clock for their anniversary. Mr. Lockyer says Mrs. Sutherland doesn't deserve the clock. Mrs. Sutherland comes in to pick up her clock. She loves the clock and has never seen anything like it before. Later on that week, Mr. Sutherland dies. He looked like he has aged a lot and had become into an old man. A guy named Munson brought in a watch that was in many pieces. Munson doesn't think he can even repair it, and Bell says to come back the next day to pick it up. Munson comes in the next day, and Mr. Bell hands it to him. Munson doesn't think that it is his watch. Munson thinks he is going to charge a lot for it. Mrs. Sutherland comes in and asks Mr. Bell to make a clock for her mother's birthday. He gives her a clock that had roses on it. She loved the clock, and it would be a perfect gift for her. Munson and two men come in and are looking for trouble. Munson grabbed the clock from the shelf and dropped it. Mr. Bell tells them to leave. They refuse to leave. Munson and his two friends disappeared in a matter of a couple months. Lockyer comes in and tells Mr. Bell that he must seek protection because the townspeople were coming to get him. Mr. Bell isn't scared and continues to leave his shop open. The townspeople show up at his shop. He wants to know what they did to Mr. Sutherland and Munson and two of his friends. Bell doesn't say anything. All the clocks begin to strike in a union. All of the men were in trouble and seemed to last hours. After they woke, Bell was gone and never to be seen again.